So it's describe the time or the day or the time, but that season when you realize you're ready to give your life to Jesus and go all the way.
I had hit a really, really low point in my life. I had a fiance, had a little girl under 2 years of age, and we were, living in a trailer in Bellflower. We were cooking meth with a 2-year-old daughter in the house in the other part of the house. We had gang members coming over all the time. Guns were a regular sight at our house, and they raided our house, and they'd been watching for a few months, and came through, 20 cops in riot gear, dope-sniffing dogs, Trav going off to jail again, 4th felony drug conviction, and Sarah being taken from us. We had to voluntarily give custody to my mom. And so when I got out of jail 4 months later, Karen was gone. I lost the trailer. I'd lost custody of my daughter. So I'd lost everything. I'd lost my fiance, my house, my daughter, my dignity, my self-respect. And I was back out on the streets again, homeless. And this time it was like the real homeless. I mean, I'd been homeless before, living at friends' houses and stuff, but I'd been sleeping in the park with plastic to keep the dew off. And I remember it was about 2 weeks out there after I got out of jail. And I remember getting to a crossroad where I was either going to die out there or I was going to get better. I didn't have any other choices. And I made a call to my mom. And I said, I need help. Can you get me into a place? And she said no. And that was the hardest no she could ever say. But see, she knew me, and I was really good at manipulating her and getting her to do the things that I needed done so I could provide for my high. And she said, no, I'm not going to help you, but here's a phone number. And if you're ready, you call it. And there just comes a time. There comes a time, and I'm speaking to the moms and dads out there and the grandparents, where you just have to stop. You have to cut off all the supply lines. You have to stop and literally just put all of your faith into God's hands to do something. And so I got that phone number, and I called it, and on the other end of that phone was Minister Carter.
All right, Elder Carter.
And he came and picked me up, and he was going to take me to a men's home here in Whittier, Catholic Rainbow Outreach. And I asked him to stop where Karen was at that day, and I said, look, I told Karen we were done, we were over. I said, I'm going to go get better, I'm going to get clean, and I'm going to get our daughter back. And I gave her a phone number to the place I was going, and I wished her the best, and I walked away. And 6 months later, I'm at the home, and 6 months later, they had me upstairs in the office working. And it's funny, we were talking about prayer, and I found out that my mom had been praying for me for 14 years to get delivered from drugs and to fall back in love with Jesus again. And so when I got to the home, it was required to pray every morning for 30 minutes at 5 a.m. Every morning requirement, on your knees in the chapel. And they'd come by and check to see if you were sleeping, too.
I love it.
They smack you on the head if you were sleeping. No sleeping on the watch. So 6 months of praying for Karen to get clean and to come to know Jesus. And I was upstairs in the office working one day, and the phone rang, and it was Karen. And she was crying, and she says, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. So we picked her up that day and got her into a home. And the wheels were in motion. God was restoring relationships. My mom and Sarah came here, and the church that the home was required to come to on Sundays was here. It's nothing by accident. It's all God ordained. And so I was building that relationship. I was able to see my daughter every week. And slowly my mom was starting to trust me again, because I worked really hard at destroying the trust that she had in my life. I burned every bridge. And God just started restoring things and getting things back together. And the home that Karen was at would come over once in a while for a fellowship. So I was getting to see her, and God worked us back together. And before you knew it, I was out of the home, had a job, and we were married. And a year later, we had custody of our daughter. And
Come on. Wow. Hey. Now, notice he burned every bridge. Hurt his mom. In his mind, it is over between her and I. She didn't want me. She already said no. The hardest no. Some of you are there. You burn every bridge. Or maybe they burn every bridge, but there's no bridge there. God can rebuild the bridge. Look what you see here, evidence of that. How many years have it been since you've been sober?
October 15th, I'll have 18 years clean and sober.
Yes!
And the day that the brothers in the home and the director of the home and I went and picked up Karen and got her into recovery home, the day she got clean, May 29th today.
Wow.
Karen's got 17
come on,
years
Come
today.
on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Wow. Stand up, Karen. Stand up, stand up. Come on, give her a hand, give her a hand. Yes, yes.